Now I'm joined by Chad Jones. You are the College Mobile CEO, and we're talking about the CRTC's new regulations that they put into effect. Our very own Jessica Kent. Where is she? Oh, there she is over there on the other side of the room, waving at me. They have changed these up, and you can no longer, it forbids companies from charging customers to break contracts after 2 years of being on that contract. What are some of the other key changes to those rules, Chad?
I think one of the great options is that you get a trial period of 15 days that if you buy a phone and you decide you don't like it, you can take it back. That's something that you would have been locked into a 3-year contract before, right? They've also put caps on the data usage, for example, roaming fees and that kind of thing. Let's say you go to the States and use your phone a little bit and you come back, you might find great sticker shock on your bill, right? That's now capped at $100, for example, and in Canada it's capped at $50. So that's a big change from what it used to be, because you might come back and have a $1,000 bill and be quite surprised by that,
And I suppose that was probably a pretty big money grab for a lot of the big companies. So, and I wanted to touch on that. Obviously, College Mobile, not quite a Rogers, a TELUS, a Fido, a Bell. But that said, are those larger companies going to be a lot more curmudgeonly over this situation than the smaller ones, which might have an easier time adapting?
Yeah, the smaller companies definitely have easier time adapting because they don't have such a huge infrastructure to try to adapt to this new changes, right? A lot of them have, just enormous infrastructures that they have to basically convert over to the new systems and everything, new rules, right? It's definitely a bigger change for them to implement.
In your opinion, was this a very fair shake for consumers?
Yeah, definitely. The revenue per subscriber in Canada is higher than anywhere else in the world. So for these phones, we actually pay more per person than anyone else in the entire world. Japan, US, you compare them all, we pay the most. Now, we do have a large geographical area, which is part of the reason why, but the CRTC looked at it and they thought that it was a little bit, excessive.
And as we briefly touched on, how is this going to change things for you as a supplier?
So what it's going to do is it's going to bring down the cost of getting phones and having phones, and so that's going to bring more people into the market to want them to use phones, right? And because more people will be using smartphones and that, it's going to make for more apps, which is what my company does, of course, and then it'll be definitely a win for our company, and I think definitely for Canadian consumers, because then they can have the latest phones all the time and everything, so they won't be stuck in their contract for 3 years and not able to upgrade unless they pay some exorbitant change fee.
Now, we've seen prices cycle steadily downward as the monopolization of the cell phone market has gradually decreased because of this new squeeze that's being put on these larger companies. As you mentioned, do you forecast a price reduction to continue as a result?
Yeah, the prices will continue to come down, and there'll be more competition in the market as more entrants will be coming in. The CRTC is helping that as well, and so it's going to drive down prices, and that's going to be good for consumers over the long run. Like, the prices would have dropped anyway over the long run, but this is just helping to accelerate it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Chad Jones, the College Mobile CEO. Pick up the apps if you get the chance. What's your website, collegemobile.com?
Yes.
Well, there you have it. Head on over there and give them a good purchase. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you.